Huge cargo ships lying at anchor off the port of Newcastle on Australia's southeast coast. It's the gateway to the rich coalfields of New South Wales, and these boats will take coal all over the globe. Australia is the world's biggest exporter and fourth biggest producer of the black rock. It's been mined here and further north in Queensland for more than 200 years, and it is the bedrock of the country's industrial and economic success.
The coal industry for Australia is a mechanism which produces our wealth. It is our largest export by a mile.
But the industry is under threat as the Labor-led government of Kevin Rudd strives to introduce measures to reduce carbon emissions in the fight against climate change. Its carbon emissions scheme allows other emitting industries such as steel and chemical to buy carbon credits to produce carbon dioxide. Australia aims to cut its emissions by between 5 and 25% by the year 2020. Some say that's a tall order, but it has ignited a fierce debate here between the need to conserve the environment and the need to conserve jobs. Coal will not be included in the carbon emissions scheme, which means the industry will have to seriously cut production, which also means, say the unions, there could be as many as 25,000 job losses.
We have guaranteed the jobs of our members in the aluminium industry, the jobs of our members in the oil and gas industry, the hydrocarbons industry, the LNG industry, the steel industry. There will be some downstream jobs in heavy polluting industries which will be lost. The trick will be, and the key will be ensuring just transitions from those jobs into lower carbon technologies.
The consumer will also suffer, according to the critics. 80% of Australia's electricity comes from coal-fired power stations, and it's the country's biggest contributor to greenhouse gases.
The Australian people are highly sceptical of this scheme. They just see it as another tax by the government moralising on an issue, sending you on a guilt trip, and then collecting the tax. And is that going to actually change the environment? No, it's not. Is it going to change the climate? No, it's not.
Coal is a tricky problem for Kevin Rudd, whose election manifesto included the key promise to fight climate change. But he has already delayed introducing the carbon plan by a year to 2011, and state governments have actually given the coal industry permission to increase output at the ports.
The Bali roadmap said developed countries like Australia must be setting targets somewhere between 25 and 40%. And since then, the science has firmed up. So developed countries should be looking at a 40% cut on 1990 levels by 2020. Australia will drag the rest of the world down if the rest of the world allows that to happen.
Australia makes around $13 billion a year from its coal exports, and that kind of earning power is difficult to give up, especially when other countries will probably fill the void and the Earth's climate will be no better off. Campaigners say it's all about moral responsibility, and that can carry a heavy price. Tony Birtley, Jazeera, Newcastle, Australia.